National Chair and founder of BAM, Shanta Driver.
Okay, first, thank you for coming. Nothing could be more helpful in defeating these charges against Yvette Falarca and the other people that stood up strong in Sacramento against the fascists. The traditional Workers' Party that held a rally in Sacramento a year and a half ago were able to stab people, to bludgeon people. They put one person in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Boo.
Nobody was arrested for what they did.
Boo.
That's why the Traditionalist Workers' Party, that they could go anywhere in the country and get away with murder, near murder, with being able to repress the movement, to get rid of Donald Trump, and to fight against racism, fascism, and anti-immigrant bigotry. They went to Charlottesville a few months later, and we know there somebody was killed.
That's right.
And it could have happened here, and it could have been stopped before Charlottesville if the Sacramento police and government had done their job.
That's right.
We have a collection of things, and we'll have more for people. But I want to just go through this a little bit to show you some of the evidence that we have to prove that the cops and the Nazis and the Traditionalist Workers' Party, the racists, the fascists, worked hand in hand to be able to make that event a success for the Nazis. So let me just go through it really quick before we have to go into court, and to make clear how much this prosecution of Yvette Falarca is nothing more than a political witch hunt aimed at stopping the leaders of the movement to defeat Donald Trump, the right wing, and all of the anti-immigrant racists that have come up from their rat holes in the last year and aim at repressing and suppressing us. So I'm going to give this to Yvette. So for people that have this, and share it with the people next to you, I want you just to look at the 4th page after the table of contents. It looks like this.
I don't think I have that one.
Looks like this.
I don't think I have that
That's
one.
a different, yeah, that's a different one. You're going to need that one too.
Do you have that one? Do you see the 4th page?
So this is an interview that was conducted by the officer in charge of the investigation of what happened at the Sacramento rally. And the person that he is speaking to, the officer's name is Ayers. The person he's speaking to is someone who spent 2 weeks in the hospital by being stabbed by one of the Nazis. And Ayers says to him, well, we still got 30 to 37 days till the election. At 3:50 on audio recording of Cedric O'Bannon by Officer Ayers, Cedric says, as I picked up the GoPro, I got stabbed. The GoPro is his video camera that got dropped on the ground. The police got the little card from it, the SIM card from it, and when he got it back, it was wiped of all information. It was destroyed. He gave it to a nurse when he went to the hospital. So what does Ayers say to him? After he learns that this guy is stabbed, he says, oh, say, what's your impression of Yvette Falarca? That's his response to hearing that somebody was stabbed by the Nazis. It's not, who did this to you? It's not, do you have witnesses? It's not, are you okay? It's not, what happened? It's, do you know Yvette Falarca? And it makes clear how central Yvette Falarca was, or how central getting Yvette Falarca arrested and charged was to their efforts. The first picture, you keep flipping through, you'll see a picture of a young man who spent 6 days in the hospital. after he was stabbed. He tried to tell the police what happened to him. The police called him after he got out of surgery while he was still sedated. They say he fell asleep during the interview that they were doing with him. They never did another interview. They had these pictures of what he looked like in the hospital, and they did nothing to try to investigate and learn who did this to him. Their aim was get Yvette Galarka, get the people who came out to stop the murderous Traditional Workers' Party and their racist backers and supporters, not let's get justice for what happened that day and arrest the true criminals.
Shame!
Shame.
Okay, one more picture. There's more in here, but the next picture, it's a little bit hard maybe to make out. But now in this picture, you see right here, there's somebody on the ground, on her back. That is Yvette. That is Yvette being stabbed and bludgeoned with the shield of a Nazi. This is one of the pictures they are using to prove that Yvette assaulted one of the Nazis. So if this isn't the most ridiculous thing, the most ridiculous evidence that you've ever seen of assault, I don't know what is. You have somebody who themselves are being hurt, and you represent that as an assault on the Nazis. One more picture, the last page. These are two of the anti-fascist protesters who are about to be hit and bludgeoned by one of the fascists that day. Nothing was done to try to find out or arrest the guy who did this. This is so much proof of the level of collusion, of integration between the police and the Nazis and fascists. On this day that this event took place, the police claim they have not a single police video from the day. No video evidence was taken by the police. They have no police reports that were written on the day. Every single thing that they learned was learned months later. So I don't, in our view, these charges have to be dropped. The people of Sacramento have got to rise up and ask, why the hell are you charging Yvette Galarka and the other two anti-racists who are being charged when the people who got away with putting that young man in the hospital, and that picture you see that got away with stabbing the first gentleman and putting him in the hospital for 2 weeks, that got away with bashing in these two young, defenseless anti-racists, why not go after them? That is exactly right. If ever you wanted to make the case for the truth of the slogan, Pact and Klan go hand in hand, look at what happened in Sacramento. I do believe that we can get these charges dropped, but we'll need your continued support and help. So please, 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 come back again. Thank you for coming today. At the next hearing, we'll do everything that we can to get the prosecutor to drop these charges, and if he won't, to get the judge to rule to throw these charges out now. Thank you.
I just quickly want to thank everybody for coming out today. You just did great, and I am so excited and so inspired on behalf of myself and all of us in BAM, but really on behalf of the whole movement. You guys are the real leadership of the resistance movement, and the movement that's going to defeat these Nazis and KKK members, and the movement that's going to get Donald Trump to resign or be removed. They target us and they target our communities because we're strong, because they're afraid of us, because we are the powerful future of this nation, and we are the real America, not the bigots, not the racists, not the fascists. This was never just their country. We have always been part of this nation's history. We always will be, because we're here and we're not going anywhere. Aquí estamos Thank you so much, everyone.
Just one really last quick thing. For people who have the 2-page thing, it shows these are pictures of the Traditionalist Workers' Party and the Golden State Skinheads, the people who are responsible for the attacks that the police had. It shows that they know every single person by name. It's not like they had to go very far to find the people who did what they did. All they had to do was look at their own photos where they circle these people at the rally, show them with knives, name them by name, and then do nothing against them. So that's just, if you have this little one, it goes with that.
Thank you very much, you guys. We're